Benjamin Netanyahu, needed or dangerous. His name covers walls, fills headlines, and lives on the lips of people who no longer look each other in the eye. To some, he is a protector. To others, a tyrant. He says, "I protect my people." But many ask, at what cost? Is he the face of safety, or the face of a world losing itself? The world is tired. Humanity is fighting. Over land, over faith, over safety. Children are crying. Mothers are praying. Fathers carry. Fathers fight. People are dying. And no one knows anymore who is right. And you, where do you stand in all of this? Who has the right to judge? We want justice. We want to know who is guilty. But who is pure enough to judge another human being? Is it the people, the media, the courts of nations? Or are they wounded too, colored by fear, by history, by interest? Who dares to judge without hate, without revenge? Maybe we need another voice, a voice that listens to the whole, not who shouts the loudest, but what serves life the most. Maybe there's another kind of judge, the birth of the holistic judge, not a person, not a law book, not a nation, no robe, no flag, no sword, but a voice, quiet but clear, a conscience that lives in everything that breathes, in trees, in children, in every tear no one ever saw. This judge asks for no proof, no background, no history. She asks just one question. Does your action serve life, or does it break it? The laws of the holistic judge. This judge does not punish. She knows no revenge, no political truth, no flag, no past. She judges only by the whole. Not which people, which God, who started it, but what restores the connection. Her laws are ancient, but never forgotten. Judge without hate. See every living being as equal. Look not only at the outcome, but also at the intent. Restore rather than break. Be a mirror, not a hammer. She does not punish. She reminds of who you truly are and why you are truly alive. Is this judge recognized by humanity? We have laws, constitutions, divine laws, human rights, but this judge writes no laws. She speaks truth, not about who is right, but about who lives in line with life itself. The question is not, does she exist? The question is, do we recognize her? Do we dare hold our leaders to her light? Do we dare place our own choices beside her truth? Or do we prefer to obey the voices that keep us comfortable while they let others suffer? Suppose we do recognize this judge. What does she say about Netanyahu? Netanyahu says, "I protect my people." And maybe he truly believes that. But the holistic judge looks deeper, not at words, but at what those words have done. She asks, who was protected? Who was broken? Which part of the whole was heard, and which part was forgotten? She sees the fear, but she also sees what that fear has done to the other. She does not ask, "Were you in your right?" She asks, "Did you serve life?" The questions the holistic judge asks. She brings no accusation, no file, no evidence. She asks questions, questions that cut, questions that heal. Is every human being equal, or do we make exceptions when it suits us? Can someone own a piece of land as if it belongs only to them? Or is the earth merely borrowed by all at once? Do walls bring peace? Or do we build them out of fear for what we don't want to understand? Is self-defense still pure if it destroys the life of another? Is power meant to protect or to control? Is fear a wise guide Or just a mirror, calling us to heal? The holistic judge does not wait for our answer. She only watches to see if we have the courage to listen. And what about the promise of God? Some say, God gave us this land. But what kind of God would say, this is yours, but not theirs? Is God a divider or a source of unity? A true promise from the Creator sounds different. Not, take it, but care for it. Not, drive out those who live there, but protect those who live. Land is not ownership. Land is sacred responsibility. And whoever speaks in God's name, yet lives in conflict with the life of another, does not speak for heaven, but against it. The tree, the original law. There is a judge who wears no robe, who speaks no words, who writes no laws, and yet she knows everything. The tree. She lives in silence. She breathes for everyone. She asks for nothing, but she gives everything. Fruit to eat, air to breathe, shade to rest in. She cares for babies, for the elderly, for animals, for birds, for all who live. She sees no religion, no skin, no country. She gives to whoever is alive, and every human being lives from her. We eat her fruit. We breathe her breath. That's how we know, deep down, why we are alive. To receive and to share what we've been given. But still, trees are cut down. For fences, for walls, for war, and whoever takes from another, the breath, the food, or the space, that the tree freely shares with all. Lives against the law of the tree, and against the law of the Creator. And whoever decides that another is not worthy to breathe, speaks not for creation, but against it. For the tree teaches us, all life is connected. No one owns life. Breath is not a possession. She does not judge, but she remembers. And those who forget her truth will one day have to listen again. The verdict on Netanyahu. Netanyahu says, I protect my people, and the holistic judge listens, not to words, but to what those words have done. She looks at the actions, at what was built, at what was broken. She does not look at the flag, not at the past, not at who started it. She looks at life itself, and she sees fear has been spread, land has been taken, breath has been denied, children have died. Then she speaks, not loudly, but clearly. Self-defense can never mean destruction. If you protect yourself by breaking the life of another, you are not serving the whole. Whoever lives against life loses the right to speak in its name, and the tree is silent, but her roots begin to pull away.